Welcome you all back to Home Tutor. This is your personal teacher, Nipan. Let's go to the topic. In Chapter 1 of 10th Standard, The Rise of Nationalism in Europe, today we are going to discuss the Civil Code of 1804 or Napoleonic Code of 1804. This is part 4 and it is such an important topic that we are going to study in 10th Standard History. So let's go and check the introduction regarding the Civil Code of 1804 or how the Civil Code has been introduced by French government. So, after the abolition of the feudal laws in France, four eminent judges worked hard to enact a common law for France, which is known as French Civil Code of 1804 or the Napoleonic Code. This was one of the most influential law that was capable to influence the people throughout the world. Another point is that the Napoleonic Code of 1804 is considered as the first legal code or set of laws in the whole Europe. Now let's go to the topic that we have to study in the 10th standard history portion. Within the wide swath of territory that came under his control, Napoleon set about introducing many of the reforms that he had already introduced in France. Through a return to monarchy, Napoleon had no doubt destroyed democracy in France, but in the administrative field, he had incorporated revolutionary principles in order to make the whole system more rational and efficient. The Civil Code of 1804, usually known as the Napoleonic Code, did away with all privileges based on birth, established equality before the law, and secured the right to property. This code was exported to the regions under French control. Okay, first let's discuss about Napoleon. Let's find out who is Napoleon. So, while considering France, Napoleon ruled France from 1804 to 1814, and after that, he again became Emperor of France for 100 days in 1815. That is, he became the king. During the French Revolution period, that is in 1789, he was the artillery commander of France. Finally, under the power of Napoleon, he ruled almost all the territory of Europe. In this situation, Napoleon decided to introduce some new laws and reforms in this part of Europe. Because Napoleon is confident about this reform as he already introduced in France, which was widely accepted by the people. Also, you know that France have attained democracy by the French Revolution of 1789. But when Napoleon came to throne in 1804, they lost the democratic nation and it again went back to monarchical rule. That is under the Napoleon. Even though this period of Napoleon saw a drastic reformation in the field of administration, the reformative principles gave an efficient and rational, that is a systematic form of administration in France. And Napoleon made his code applicable in other territories, that is outside France, which expanded all throughout the Europe too. In the Dutch Republic, in Switzerland, in Italy, and Germany, Napoleon simplified administrative divisions, abolished the feudal system, and freed peasants from serfdom and manorial dues. In the towns, too, guild restrictions were removed. Transport and communication system were improved. Napoleon simplified administrative divisions, abolished feudal system, then freed peasants from serfdom, that is slavery, and also from manorial dues or liabilities in areas like Dutch Republic, Switzerland, Italy, and Germany. A group of people engaged in a particular job is called guild. So some guild were restricted to enter in town during the period before Napoleon. Like so if there is a group of carpenter, they were not allowed to enter in the town limits. So after the Napoleonic Code, this system was abolished and each people were given the right to enter the town limits. So the guild system was changed and guild restrictions removed from town. Transportation and communication system was removed. There's a peasants, that is farmers, then artisans, that is skilled laborers, then workers, new businessmen, etc. enjoyed a new type of freedom that doesn't existed till that time. Peasants, artisans, workers, and new businessmen enjoyed a newfound freedom. Businessmen and small scale producers of goods, in particular, began to realize that uniform law, standardized weights and measures, and a common national currency would facilitate the movement and exchange of goods and capital from one region to another. Businessmen and small scale producers understood that a unified law, standardized, that is, common weight and measures, a single national currency, all this will help in the transaction of goods and capital from one part of the country to another. So, in that age, when a trader was traveling from, for example, we can say that from uh, Kerala to Tamil Nadu, the very same trader have to face different type of weights and different type of measures, and the currency was also different in these two states. In India we have only a single currency. At that time in France they had 1,000 variety of currencies and different type of weights and measures. Suppose if 1 kilo of apple weighs, that is, if 1 kilo apple, it may contain five in Kerala, and while the same weight will be, it will become more than 10 in Tamil Nadu. So the weight was different, the measures was different, the currency was different. So it made difficulty for the traders. Sometimes they fetch a lot of profit, sometimes it went to loss. So this was a drawback at that time, and by the administrative reform, this drawback has been clarified by the Napoleonic Code of 1804, and people and the traders were equally enjoying this administrative reform. Thus, the Napoleonic Code of Law 1804 was widely accepted by the common people of Europe. Now we have seen what is the administrative reforms that have been brought by Napoleon by the Civil Code of 1804. So we are winding up this topic now, and next topic will be dealing about the mixed reaction. What was the reaction of the people regarding the administrative reform, whether they accepted it or whether they rejected it. So we're going to see it in next topic. So please do watch, like, share, and subscribe. Thank you very much. Bye.